Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So quick run through what I'm throwing away this month, products that I've used up, or in truth mostly products that have become out of date before I've used them up and I'm junking. So first of all, I have used up this Bath and Body Works gentle foaming hand soap in the winter edition. I love the Bath and Body Works foaming hand soaps for just washing hands in the bathroom and kitchen, mainly because I love the way there's none of this left, but basically you have a kind of clear liquid. There's a little bit in the bottom, or it might be coloured according to the fragrance. But when you pump it down, it comes out as foam in your hand, and they feel really, really cleansing. I will say I think they are quite drying to the skin, so you definitely need to apply hand cream after washing, but I like the feeling that I'm getting my hands really kind of disinfectanted, if that's a word. And I love some of the fragrances. This one is Winter, which is one of my favourite Bath and Body Works fragrances for particularly the month of December, but winter generally. It's a gorgeous mixture of woodiness and floralness, really. I don't know what they say. Oh, fresh pine, snowy citrus and white woods. And it just now makes me think of winter and Christmas. I wish we could get Bath and Body Works over here. I don't know why they don't come here. You know, it's such an enormous conglomeration in the United States. I love their candles, which are really cheap over there, but if you have to import them, end up being quite expensive. But a couple of the fragrances are like my kind of go-to seasonal fragrances. So I love this one and Fresh Balsam at Christmas. I love Leaves in the autumn. I love spring this time of year, springtime. And it kills me, but my all-time favourite summer fragrance is something called Seaside Escape, which they seem to have stopped making the last couple of years, and I'm quickly running through my stockpile, but what can you do? So anyway, I've used up that. It took me about 3 months, to be honest, so they do last for a long time. And another favourite that I've used up is this Aromatherapy Associates. I think I've talked about these before. These are the aromatherapy oils. This is the Relax Deep bath and shower oil. They're quite expensive. I'm thinking this is in the high 30s, if not £40, but it does last for ages because you literally need just 1 or 2 drops. And I mean, how can you prove whether these things actually work or not? I've bought lots of products designed to make you relax or sleep better and not thought they made any difference. But I am kind of convinced that this one does. So as long as I'm convinced of that, it does the trick. And, you know, I definitely repurchase that one. Another possible repurchase in the future, I guess, but not immediately, is this Chanel Jus Contrast, their powder blushes. I'm throwing this away because sadly, although it looks as if there's loads of product left, it's absolutely dried up, and though it's showing a bit of pigment there, you honestly have to scrub like mad to get anything out of it. And I just can't be bothered to do that, to put on my cheeks. To be fair, you know, I must have had this 5 or 6 years. It's one of the, if not longer actually, it's one of the first Chanel powder blushes I bought. And I bought it by mistake. I ordered it off a website. I think there was some sort of offer, unbelievably, because there never is on Chanel. And I must have clicked the wrong colour box because I didn't intend to get this one. I intended to get a Spiegel, which I had read was, you know, like the perfect multi-purpose Chanel blush, the kind of Chanel equivalent of Orgasm from NARS, which I wore at the time. And lo and behold, this turned up, and I was so disappointed because it's a much more muted, dark shade. It's looking a bit lighter than it actually is, but very cool toned, as you can see. This is Plum Attraction, by the way, if I didn't say that out loud, although I showed you the label. and it's hands down, I think, my most flattering blush. It doesn't have much shimmer, unlike quite a lot of Chanel blushes, but it's just the perfect shade for me. But you can see, although I've used it a lot, you know, there's no chance of using these things up. And in fact, I've got a drawer full of Chanel powder blushes at the moment, so I'm not going to repurchase immediately. But I'm pretty sure they still make this shade. It's in the kind of permanent collection, and if you like cool tones, I think you might like this, even though it doesn't look that spectacular in the pan. So this is the first Chanel blush I'm throwing away, but I just feel it's got to the end of its useful shelf life. Another two ends of useful shelf life are these two. I've had this thing so long, you can't, it's even worn off what it is, but there's a label on the bottom, and it's called Fusion Beauty, made in Florida. So I'm pretty sure I bought this in Sephora a long time ago on a visit to the States. It's one of these lip plumping products, which I did find I felt did work without being kind of too stingy or painful on the lips. But I have used it quite a lot. You can kind of see the Dauphin there, I think. There's not much product left, but there is some. And I put it on the other day and it just felt a bit yucky, so time for it to go. This is a Clinique lipstick, and I don't have many of them, in a shade called 93 Angel Red. Somebody actually gave me this, another blonde but much warmer toned skin than me, and said it was her perfect red. It's not my perfect red, but I have used it a lot and I do like it. Shall we swatch it? It's kind of bricky. You know, again, I've had this a long time. It's a very kind of noughties shade. I don't know if I've had it that long, but I probably did have it from the mid-noughties. And I have worn it a lot, and it's quite flattering. It lasts quite well, feels quite nice, but it's just starting to smell a bit off, so time for it to go. I never completely use up a lipstick, I have to say. And I'm getting rid of my Revlon lip butters. This one is Wild Watermelon. And you can see I've hardly used this at all. Quite nice, but I just never wear them. I mean, they were a kind of vlogger's rave product a few years ago. I'm just not a great drugstore fan, I get. I've worn this orange one a bit more. This was called Tutti Frutti. I don't know if they still do them. They're quite nice formulas in terms of how they feel, but they don't last very long. The pigment isn't great, and I just have much nicer lipsticks, so time to get rid. Lovely sample that I had. I love these spray fragrance samples from Chanel. I love the Les Exclusives range. I have quite a few of them, I regret to say, but I always try to test them out before I buy. This one is 28 La Pausa, which I haven't got in my collection, but really, really like it. It's, again, a green floral, more green than floral, in the kind of range of number 19, if you're more into the basic Chanel range, but definitely more subtle than that, with real kind of woody overtones. I thought I could smell a bit of sandalwood in the base there, which I liked about it, although perhaps not particularly for this time of year, I don't know. So I tend to look out for these on eBay, the big ones of the Les Exclusives, so I don't ever pay full price, I don't think. And you have to kind of be prepared to go for them when they come up. And so I'll definitely be on the lookout for this. Liked that a lot. I think I talked about this in my favourites. This was quite a nice sample from Anastasia, Ebony, the brow powder, which I liked. And when there's an offer on at Cult Beauty, I think I'll definitely be getting that. It seemed to work a lot better than my MAC one. And then, something where I had a nice sample that I didn't like. This is MAC, the Zoom Fast Black Lash. I only opened this the other day. I've worn it twice. Dreadful panda eyes. I mean, gives you nice long black looking lashes when you put it on, but literally within an hour or so it's all over the orbit of my eye. I have real problems with mascaras, as I know I've told you. I literally can use Le Volume de Chanel, doesn't bleed or give me panda eyes, and I have also found the Givenchy Phenomenize works for me as well. I don't like the feel of the formula quite as much as I like the Chanel, but I do like the brush for kind of individualising your lashes. So if I want a more separate look, I go for the Givenchy over the Chanel, otherwise the Chanel. But they're the only two mascaras, I kid you not, of years of trying, which do not give me panda eyes. I don't know what it is about my eyelashes or my eyelids, but I have a problem in that area. The Zoom Fast Black didn't work. And then a couple of travel sizes looking very battered. These again were Bath and Body Works. Nothing much to say about them. They were okay. A bit. The problem with Bath and Body Works fragrances, the non-candle ones, is the kind of body ranges. I think they do smell a bit generically drugstore, and sorry if that sounds a bit patronising, but you know, I'm a bit of a snob about my fragrances, and these definitely did. Wasn't that keen, but you know, they were okay for travel. So that's it for February, a short month. Emptied my basket now. Let's see what we use up in March as we break out the spring products. Until next time, bye for now.